Hey everybody, Scott aka SydneyMGTOW here today. Hang on, I didn't actually see how shitty this camera position was going to be, so I'm just gonna flip this car around so I can get a bit of a better angle. Just had some people over at the house this afternoon, so well, friends of my housemates and family, so it wasn't really a great place to do my video today. Decided I'd go for a nice little drive. How y'all doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, the reason for my video today, I wanted to talk about sociology versus biology. And it's funny because I actually had this idea in my head since last night, and then this morning Chris Cantu went and did a video. Man, that guy he always gets in first with the good ideas, but at least we're on the same page. Basically, he was talking about how we're being socialized and we're being indoctrinated via mainstream media and via what's in the paper and what's in magazines and by what the popular opinion and consensus is. And something that has been bugging me for a very long time, and I mean, it doesn't really affect me because I'm relatively healthy, but it's the whole fat acceptance movement. And we've all seen the memes there with the hypocrisy saying, you know, this is beautiful, you know, this is gorgeous, and it's got this big, you know, curvy girl with all these extra kilos on her, and then you see a guy with a belly on him and it's like, oh, this is ugly, you know. And that's just the glaring hypocrisy. The reality is that there are always going to be some people who have health conditions that genuinely affect them, that genuinely prevent them from doing proper exercise. You know, if it's a heart condition, you might not be able to exercise in the way that you need to do cardio, right? Especially if you've got a lot of weight on you. So let's not talk about people with medical conditions here, because that seems to be the easy out for people when this kind of discussion comes up. Let's talk about people who are able-bodied, who are capable, who do not have medical conditions. And I'm not gonna listen to this whole bullshit. Oh, I've got thyroid problems. Yeah, you know what? We've all got things that, especially as people get older, we've all got things that make it a little bit more difficult for us to lose weight. But let's get to the crux of the issue. Is self-control, is discipline, and is motivation. And without those three things, you're not gonna lose weight, you're not gonna succeed unless the people that actually feed you give you healthy food. Now, I think it's pretty common knowledge, and I don't think anyone could argue convincingly that it's not, that women overwhelmingly like tall guys, they like attractive guys, they like rich guys, they like toned guys, they like guys with arm muscles. You know, there's quite a well-established set of general parameters of what women tend to find attractive on the whole, as a mainstream of society, okay? Now, we've gotten to the point now where us men, we're not allowed to tell women what we find attractive, but they are allowed to tell us what we have to find attractive. I'm sorry, biology does not work that way. Sociology might work that way, but biology does not. When you look out in the wild, if you were to ever go on a trip to Africa, if you were to see, you know, the lion behavior, you'll notice that there is alpha behavior in lions, and there is, you know, certain aggressions that the lionesses show towards the males if they don't want to be dominated. And it's almost like it's just this biological dance and struggle, you know, and it's innate. This isn't something that's socialized. This is how they are. This is how their genes have carried on. This is evolution. What we have done as a global, and particularly as a Western society, is we have socialized evolution into submission. Now, before I continue, I want to pose a question to you, and I want you to think about this. Let's say, for example, if you're a security guard at a club, or if you're a security guard at a hotel, or you're a security guard at any venue, and you have two people. Both of them are causing problems for you, but one is, you know, submits fairly easily when challenged, and you can say to him, you know, hey, him or her, hey, look, you know, can you just tone it down a little bit? And they were like, yep, okay, no worries, sweet. And then you got the other person who's yelling and screeching and carrying on. Who are you going to try the hardest to placate, to try and get them to calm down so that you can have peace? You're going to try to placate the one that is causing the most trouble. You're going to try and placate the one that is making the most noise. You're going to try and placate the one that will not shut the fuck up till they get what they want. Now, we're in a position now where, and you know, I saw some comments on TV, well, technically it wasn't a TV because it's my computer monitor, but I saw some comments online today from a lady who identified as a feminist, and she was saying, oh, you know, women don't have all the rights that men have. I challenge any woman to prove beyond a cereal box coupon that there are any rights in the Western world that men have that women do not. They can't prove it. It's from the feminist textbook. Right? This is the crap they've been taught in university. This is the crap they've been taught in their arts degrees, in their sociology degrees, in their fucking useless piece of paper gender studies degrees that tell them they're victims and that they can't get anywhere because there's this glass ceiling. And you know what? I mean, I look up and I see a glass ceiling, but guess what? I see straight through that glass ceiling. Right? So I don't even know if there's a glass ceiling or not, because you don't actually know if there's glass until you touch it when it's clean. Right? So if you look up and you see something that's not there, then you're not going to try and climb through it. You're not going to put in the effort and the hard yards. You're not going to make an attempt to make something of yourself. And that's why feminism creates victimhood amongst women. But now that I've made that point, right, I'm going to go back to the whole sociology versus biology thing. Because women have been taught that they are victims because they've been called fat. They are victims because men don't think they're attractive because they're overweight. They're being told they're victims because, you know, this patriarchy says that, you know, men shouldn't date bigger girls. Believe me, men date bigger girls. I've seen that shit. I've seen men pouring packets of chips down the throat of women that they want to become obese. And that's their fetish, and that's cool. But it's not for everybody. And it's not people's innate biology. When you see, as a man, you know, like, let's say if you're a straight man, hang on, people walking around my car, I'm going to turn these sensors off. If you're a straight man attracted to women, or you're a gay man that's going his own way, and you see someone that you're attracted, like the particular gender that you're attracted to, and you see that person walking down the street, and that person is ripped. They got a nice tight body, you know, they got that shit going on, they got nice clothes, you know, they're well kept, they got good skin. You can't help but find that attractive. That is biology, right? And nobody told me that I have to find that attractive. Nobody told me that you're only allowed to find attractive people attractive and you're not allowed to find unattractive people unattractive. Nobody told me that. I worked that shit out for myself. I see that someone walking down the street, my body biologically knows before I've even processed the thought that this is good breeding stock. This is someone that would produce good babies. This is a deep primal biological urge that we don't get to pick and choose. This is some real shit, right? And this is how evolution happens. But we have been socialized. We've been told that it is shameful to not date a girl because she's fat. We've been told that it is abhorrent and sexist and misogynistic to not want to date a girl because she's not an engineer. You know, right now, women are the majority of university graduates in the Western world. The majority. Do you know why they're the majority? Because gender studies degrees were brought in with a low entrance ranking requirement to give more women positions at university to help try and close the mythical pay gap. UOY KCUF, marriage should be legal unless the woman can be lifted up and physically carried like in the old days when she first tied the knot. That would seem marriage rate, that would shatter the marriage rate. Fat thoughts, disgusting skanks. Man, it's you know, it's savage, but you know, like there's a bit of method to the madness there. But look, you know, we've been socialized into this situation where we're being told who we can and can't find attractive. And we're being told that we're sexist, misogynistic pigs if we don't find a fat woman with a fucking arts degree that can't even tie their own shoelaces attractive. Right? That's our fault. That's patriarchy, right? If you want patriarchy, go to Saudi Arabia. Go to Iraq. Go to a place under an Islamic regime. That's your patriarchy right there. You don't get to open your mouth and talk when you live in a real patriarchy. So let's just cut the bullshit, all right? Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 1,000, okay? As Chris says. And you know, when we see girls on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, we don't have any. How often, honestly, realistically, how often do you see men going on social media, taking a photo of themselves in board shorts or Speedos with their gut hanging out, and then saying hashtag fat acceptance, hashtag, you know, proud to be fat, or hashtag I am beautiful exactly the way I am. Michael, the common picture of a man carrying his bride through the front door of his new house. Yeah, man, I feel you. It's I understand it. Darren Jones, problem is feminism and logic can't coexist. Look, you know, and that's exactly right. Because feminist ideology is not based on logics. It is not based on fact. I mean, there might be some concepts from way back when that are rooted in fact, but those facts are way back then, right? And those concepts are rooted in the past, but they're being touted as current. And they're being touted as something that hasn't been broken for 20 to 30 years. You women, you know, as a collective, you were the person out of the two parties that the security guard was dealing with. And you screamed the loudest. You got what you wanted. We gave it to you. We gave it to you for peace. We gave it to you to make you happy. We gave it to you so we could have harmony. But there's no fucking harmony. Because you don't let go. You gotta have more. Michael, biology sets all the rules of this world, whether accepted or not. Fucking oath it does, my man. Damn straight, Michael. Absolutely 100% truth. You know, when I, and look, and this happens, right? When I get text messages saying, and this happened, right? This is fact. This is actual situations. An exact quotation. They say, when are you going to come and fuck me again? With a picture of a vagina that I didn't solicit. Right? I know that's because the girl that's coming to me, all of the carousel operators are off on holidays. All of the carousel operators have banned her from the ride. And now she's ovulating, and her biology is telling her, whether she realizes it consciously or not, her biology is telling her, I'm ready to reproduce now. And I want the alpha male to come and reproduce with. Because that's what my biology dictates. And I ignored the message and I didn't hear anything back. And this has happened countless times. I've had girls talk to me and say, oh, you know, I'm really horny, hinting something at me. But then they turn around in the next sentence and they talk to me about the new guy that they're seeing, and they slip up. And I call them out, I'm like, oh, so you're seeing a new guy? Oh, yeah, I've been seeing him for a few weeks. Bullshit. You've been talking to this guy for months, and you wanted my dick on the side. You know what? And this is why, when it comes to like men, learn, like if you don't know how to please a woman, if you don't know how to fuck properly, you need to learn, brother. Because if you're going to choose to be with females, you need to lay that shit down strong. And if you don't know how to lay that shit down strong, she's going to bang someone else eventually. Because that's what biology dictates. We don't get to choose this. women and men say, so many say, and you know, look, socially, you know, it's not right to cheat. And you know, look, you know, I've got to own up, right? Like I've done that in the past, and you know, I don't see that as maybe that I did the right thing, but I did the wrong thing by societal rules, by what sociology dictates. I did the wrong thing because it hurt people, right? I didn't do the wrong thing because that goes against biology. That's what biology is. It's we are just, we're males and females that exist on this earth. We exist to coexist, to fuck, and to reproduce. That's why we're here. And we've got all these rules saying, oh, you know, I didn't consent for you to talk to me. I didn't tell you, oh, you know, you can or can't do this. You know, let's get rid of these bullshit ladies where we say, oh, it's okay for a guy that I'm attracted to talk to me, but it's not okay for the fat guy who finally built up the confidence to talk to a woman to come and talk to me. That is bullshit, and you know it. You just want things your way. And I know there's plenty of women out there that also call out the bullshit, and that also know that's a double standard, and would actually be decent and kind to those men that went and approached them respectfully. And I respect that when you understand that that's what biology is about, and you don't fight against it. Thanks for joining the live stream, guys. There's 5 of you there, so I'm getting a bit passionate. I don't have water with me, so starting to get a little bit hoarse, but I'm gonna keep fighting on because I'm a fighter and that's what I do. And yeah, 5 thumbs up, thank you so much. If you are a new watcher and you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please hit the subscribe button down the bottom. Please hit the bell so you get all my notifications from my daily videos, which I do for you guys selflessly. If you want to donate to me, if you want to give me a monthly Patreon pledge, I've got some goodies for those people who give higher pledges, and you know, I'm appreciative of everything that you do for me. Eventually my work's going to find out about what I do, and because we live in a gynocracy where the feelings of women are put above the feelings of men, I'm probably going to lose my job at that point in time, in which case I need a source of survival and sustenance, so that, because my end goal, men, is to go and lobby to parliamentarians, go and lobby to local members, to go and speak at boys' schools, tell them what being a man is all about, especially when they're raised by a single mother, or they're raised without their dad for whatever reason, or they're raised by a man who was raised by a woman into a beta and doesn't fucking understand what it is to bring your man up. Like, I love my dad, I admire him more than anything, but he was just, look, honestly, he was a blue pill provider. He's purple pill now. I don't think he'll ever be red pill, but that man gave everything to provide for his family, and I respect that. And I admire my dad, and I mirrored myself after him for so long, until I realized it was to my detriment. So, you know, and until I started talking to him about things that were going on, and things that I have to deal with as a man. You know, he's in his 70s. It doesn't matter for him anymore. He's lived his life. He didn't have to deal with this shit back then. But we do. The fight is now, man. We're in 2018. 2018 is going to be the biggest year for MGTOW ever. Our strength is going to keep growing, and there is strength in unity. Let's not let our differences in opinion around going our own way divide us. Let's let our uniquity strengthen us together. Michael, SydneyMGTOW, I also have the same approach towards my father. He's 70 himself and still blue pill. 100%, man. The old gens, they're all blue pill. They don't get it. And the old gens were the ones that allowed feminism to run rife and allowed this shit to get the way it is. And I don't blame them for that, you know? Like, they did it out of love for their women. You know, look, whether we want to admit it or not, we men are here for our women, right? That's inherently, like, we're protectors, you know? We want to reproduce, we want to sow our seed, we want to, you know, raise kids, we want to have a family. Many of us do, but we don't want to do it under this system, which persecutes us for somebody else changing their mind. Because we're doing so much to try and provide for our family and for our wife and for our kids, that we lost our own sense of masculinity, right? because nothing was good enough, and because we kept pushing and trying and working and being away from home and sacrificing time with our kids, sacrificing time with the people that make us happy, sacrificing our own personal time to give and give and give and give and provide. We gave everything. And then to have the law let it be taken from us in one foul swoop because someone changes their mind. That is not fair, it is not right, and it's not just, and I will continue to fight against this. I will be speaking to members of parliament. I will be traveling all over Australia. I will be dropping red pills and truth bombs in every fucking local office I can get my hands on. Because we need to take the power back, man. And the difference between us having the power and people with a feminist ideology having the power, we don't abuse our power no matter what they say. We do things for the greater good of society and because we're fair and just and kind men. You know, we're not the men that white ribbon, which is run by feminists and run by misandrists, tell us we are. We are better than that. We are masculine, we are pure, we are kind, we are genuine. We are MGTOW. Michael, survival of the fittest, not fattest. True that, brother, 100%. Well, you know what? The fattest are not going to survive for as long as the fittest. Chase, Luke, hey, hi, bro, your new friend from Canada. Hey, Chase, thank you so much for joining in the channel. Appreciate it, man. Look forward to smashing out some good content daily for you. And if I ever travel over to Canada, we make sure to hit you up, man. In fact, Chase, Luke, drop me an email to SydneyMGTOW@gmail.com with your contact details. Building a contact list with people from all over the world. You know, I want to take this shit worldwide. I want to travel in the next couple of years. And I want to hit up every country, and I want to fight for every man in every country. I want to take these battles to ground level. I want to make this world a battlefield to take back what's ours, right? So that we can fairly distribute, you know, what belongs to men and women equally, okay? You know, rather than having it taken from us and having no recourse. Michael, must be cold in Canada now. I'm from Sydney, like SydneyMGTOW. Michael, hit me up, man. Send me an email with your contact details. Chase, Luke, I tasted the same shit, by the way. Yeah, 100%, man. It all tastes the same when things go sour. It's fucked. UIYKCUF. I'm under 6 foot, no tats, not bodybuilder size, but fit. No lumberjack beard and reasonably smart. Online, I'm a dud. In person, I do pretty well. Superficial bitches. Yeah, damn right. Chase, look, you're the chief of your life, and never obey and follow a woman because you'll go down. Yeah, look, guys, you know, you can listen to what women want, and you can make a choice to accommodate them, but don't let them have free reign. Don't give them everything, because if you give them everything, you enable them. You enable the behavior. You enable the entitlement. You enable them to say, I want this. Because if they say I want this and you give it to them, guess what happens next time when they want this? Oh, babe, I want this. You set the precedent. You fucked up, right? And again, like I don't advocate for marriage or cohabitation in this current legal landscape until things get changed and things get fixed, which is happening at a rapid rate. Just looking at these comments here. Fly in, fly out destroys a lot of families. Bloody hard work. Fucking oath, man. These men fly in, fly out of mine sites. They're working 2 weeks on, 1 week off. 2 weeks on, 1 week off. 14 days straight. These men are smashing it out. They are working their fucking ass off. They are busting their gut to provide. And what do they get? They get a slap in the face. Because some of the people that they're with get bored. Some of the people they're with feel neglected. Because men, whether you want to believe it, women are attracted to our money. All total coaching. I'm going to get to that. So whether you're attracted, women are originally attracted to your money and your looks, but they stay for the dick and the charisma. I'm telling you. This is why the richest men draw in these hot women that then leave them 2 years later because their husbands are boring. Or they don't satisfy them, or they don't make them happy anymore. And this is the thing. You know, because of the biological evolution, we're still talking about biology here, right? Because of the biological evolution of women and the sociological conditioning that tell women they should, you know, marry up, find a man that can provide for them, find a man that can look after them, get a good looking guy, you know, because that gets them kudos from their friends. And, you know, all of their family say, oh, he's such a great looking guy. And they're like, oh, I know. And it gives them this like feeling of euphoria, you know, it gives them that hit of dopamine, just the same way that loves and likes on their Instagram post and their swimwear give them. What have I got? So yeah, All Total Coaching said, mention stand-up men banning. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Michael, one mine I worked out, a man fell down the shaft and lost his leg. Another man lost his head. Another man nearly drowned. Another man nearly got caught in a small collapse. I nearly got killed myself. Fuck, and this is what I'm talking about, right? And these men are going to work for 2 weeks and then they're coming back to their family for a week. And in the meantime, a lot of them, and a lot of defense personnel as well, are having their wives cheating on them while they're away. And it's not because, look, it's because biology is telling these women that they want to procreate, that they want to reproduce. Like, if these women are ovulating while their husband's away or while their partner's away, you know, biology doesn't turn around and say, oh, you know, well, the husband's away and I married him and I made my vows, so it's not really fair. You know, you might have a battle in your head about this, but what you've got down there, that's the harder fight, because biology always wins over sociology. Sorry, MGTOW Farmer. Yeah, good evening, MGTOW Farmer. Thank you for tuning in. Darren Jones, Sydney MGTOW. You need to link up with Big John. MGTOW is freedom. He's got similar ideas on promoting MGTOW. Darren, I would love to link up with Big John. If anyone watching this stream has contact with Big John, tell him I'd love to get in touch with him. My email is SydneyMGTOW@gmail.com. Man, I used to love waking up in the morning to Big John's videos. Man, that guy resonates with me so much. I've got a huge amount of respect for him and the way that he calls people out. Like, Big John, if you see this video, big love to you, bro. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for fighting the fight, even to the end when you got taken down. Carly Ellison, we are in control now. Get used to it if you would do that, please. Carly. Okay. Carly Ellison, you may think you're in control. And you know what? Maybe legally you do have a little bit of control. But we're taking the power back. We're restoring the balance of fairness. Right? You're not going to be able to treat us the way that you've been able to treat us for so many years very, very soon. Coach Eli also enjoyed waking up with Big John. Well, you know, I enjoyed waking up to Big John more than I would enjoy waking up to someone like you, just constantly harassing and hounding men for having an opinion, right? And this is what I'm talking about, right? You look at this Carly Ellison live stream, Michael. You know what? Guys, you know what? Whoever's in this live stream that regularly watches me, I want you to hit me up after this. I am going to make some of you mods of this channel so we can delete some people who are just being a pain in the ass. Because, you know, Carly, we care not for your opinion. We're men going our own way. You've done your dash. You are insignificant to us. And it's people like you that don't want to actually hear what men have to say, or you don't want to hear about what we've had to deal with for so many years. Like, I'm not denying that the women have had some issues too. For sure they have. For sure women get harassed more than men do in terms of about their appearance. For sure. Delete me, hi. Carly Ellison. I respect men who fight back, but I'm afraid for you that it's too late. So you respect men that fight back, but now that we're fighting back, you don't respect us. Okay. You love strong men. Look, Carly, you know what? I'm going to agree with you. A lot of men are weak today. And those weak men are usually the product of single mothers. They're the product of fatherless homes. They're the product of a feminized school system, right? And this is why you can't find the strong men that you love. This is why you are not spoiled for choice. Because women have brought this upon themselves. Women have brought the whole Me Too backlash upon themselves, right? And it's just good times, good times. Anyway, but look, I'm not going to dwell on what Carly's got to say, because, you know, that's not what I'm here about. But guys, look, I think we can, yeah, look, thank you, Carly. I really appreciate the agreement on that point. You know, I certainly, as I said, I'm not arguing with you that there aren't many strong men around. Look, the strong men amongst us are standing up when they're saying that enough is enough. You know, the strong men are the men going their own way, because, you know, Chris Cantu says this, and some other MGTOWs say this as well, that have got channels, content creators. They do say it is a fight against our innate biology, right? It is a fight against our innate biology as men to stay away from women, to stay away from the perils that come with cohabitation and legal partnership. You know, like, I want a family, I want kids, right? But am I stupid enough to put myself in a position again after being married once where I'm probably going to end up in another shit marriage? Not at all. And Michael, you're right. The winning move is to not play at all. And we men want to play. We want to play the game. We want to be part of this game. But we just don't want the rules stacked against us. And that's why this is our time to have these discussions, to stand up, to disagree with people, but not disagree with people and yell at them and be the person that's louder in the argument of the two in front of the security guard, right? To be the person that stands up and says, I know that look, you loud person that we're appeasing, we're just placating you because that's the only way we can shut you up. But here's some fucking truth bombs. And this is the way it is. So anyway, look, you know, I hope you guys have got some value out of that. Anyone who's from Sydney or even around Australia, please hit me up, SydneyMGTOW@gmail.com with your contact details. Looking forward to reaching out to you and building a network of you men across Australia, so we can, you know, get some unity happening. You know, because as I said, our strength is in our unity, and 2018 is going to be, I think it's going to be an incredible year for MGTOW. But the more gains that MGTOW make in changing the gynocracy, the more we're going to find a situation where women are going to start to find themselves more happy, because we're going to have more people that are prepared to be men again, that are not afraid that they're going to get thrown behind bars, that are not afraid they're going to have all their shit taken from them because they stand up and be men. So to the women who love strong men, and to the women who want those men back, I suggest you join this fight against unfair rules. I'm not saying I want you to join a fight to give women unfair privileges. Well, men unfair privileges. Sorry, women already have the unfair privileges. But I'm not saying I want you to lose any privileges that you know, don't disadvantage men. And I'm not saying that you have to give men privileges that unfairly disadvantage women. I'm just saying, let's fight for an even playing field. Because when we fight for an even playing field, then we'll be happy when strong men are given back their power, but it will come through us since you relinquished it. No, see, that's the thing about strong men, Carly. They take back what belongs to them. That's why MGTOW are fighting back. That's why you've got Senator David Leyonhjelm in Australian Parliament. He's fighting back against the gynocracy. There are a number of parliamentarians that are fighting back. One Nation who's gaining incredible momentum in Queensland, is putting forward the fight for fathers. They're putting forward the fight to restore fairness. They're putting forward the fight to reinstate perjury laws in family court, where women are not held accountable for lying. I said this in another video. I've got a friend who works for Family and Community Services. So if I had kids, right, this is the situation. If I had kids and I abused those children, then the Family and Community Services will step in and they will mediate, and they will make sure that the mother and the father both get to see the kids in court order times. And the Family and Community Services will actually organize court and make sure everything's mediated properly, and that both sides are held accountable for making sure that the court orders are followed. But if the child is not abused, the Family and Community Services does not step in, and you have to go through the family court. And the family court, once you've paid all your lawyers, once you've gone through the family court process, which can take up to years and years and years, and there'll be some men watching this right now which know exactly what I'm talking about because they've been through it themselves, that could take years. They might have their wife leave us. when they're a newborn, right? And then you get a man fighting for 3 years to see his newborn kid because the mother keeps ignoring court-ordered access, or the father in some instances, but overwhelmingly women doing this. Then you have a situation where the man has, or the woman that is being denied access, has to go back to court to get new court orders. And if the mother or the father that's alienating the kids from the other parent doesn't comply with those court orders, then that person has to go back to court again until they have no more money and they've got no more fight left. And this person, even if they've made false allegations, even if they've breached court orders time and time again, willfully and knowingly, they are not held accountable legally or socially. And that is wrong. And we are standing up for that, and we're fighting against that. Carly Ellison, sorry guys, I'm going to go back through your other comments in a second, but I'm focusing on Carly Ellison right now because it's an interesting discussion. I look forward to the fight and wish you the best. I don't see it though. Most men are white knights in my experience, and that disgusts me. Exactly. Like, seriously, while we may have agreed with a couple of things that Carly said earlier in the thread, men, like, stop being, if you're white knighting for anybody, stop fucking doing it. Stop white knighting, because you're enabling these women. And you're preventing these men from fighting for what's fair and what's theirs. If you see a mate drinking soy milk, slap that shit out of his hand. Tell him stop being a fucking soy boy. Tell him stop being a little bitch. Have some real milk, right? And if you're not gonna have real milk, have your coffee or your tea black. the way that some women like it. Michael Carly Ellison, I agree with you regarding most men white knighters, they are enablers. Yeah, absolutely. Look, you know what? Michael, I actually saw this after I said that. I totally agree with you. That's exactly what I just said. Most men who are white knighting are enablers, and they're allowing this sense of entitlement. They're allowing these people to continue the way they're going. They're allowing these people to get away with what they've got away with for so long. So guys, let's bring back the fairness. Let's bring back like, we need some structure in society. Okay, I agree with that, right? We can't have people going around fucking clubbing each other and just reproducing with someone else because they want it, right? We need some structure, we need some rules, and we need some fairness. But let's do it on a fair playing field, right? Really should have brought some water with me. Here we go. Michael, E-Man67. Simps, white knights, and manginas are the foot soldiers of the feminist movement. Fucking over. They're also the first step towards a false rape allegation or a real rape allegation. Don't like to bandy those things about, but so many times we've found the male feminists and the white knights are the ones harassing women. And you know what? Because they cannot get close to these women as an alpha, they have to become an ally or a feminist or, you know, a supporter of the feminist movement. That's the only way they can get close to these women that they desire. And then those women toss them to the side. Because as Carly said, women want strong men. They want alphas. They don't want betas. They don't want men who will tolerate them sleeping with other men in their marriage bed. Right? But those same men tolerate it time and time again. Michael, even in my last work, the general manager's personal assistant was dicking around with my time, so I put her in a place. The next day, she was holding a door open for me with a smile on her face. Yeah, because you earned that respect, Michael. You earned that respect. And this is something, people say, oh, you have to respect women, you have to respect this, you have to respect that. No, you fucking earn respect. If you go back right to the start of all my videos, I did a video on respect, right? You do not get respect unless you earn it, ever. Right, people might say, oh, I respect you. They don't. They don't respect you unless they respect you. Words are meaningless unless they mean something, but they're also very powerful. It's ironic how that works, isn't it? People wonder why everyone's confused. Darren Jones, problem is the educational social system is designed to create white knights and manginas. Absolutely, absolutely, and that's exactly what I said before. We now have a school system which is absolutely dominated by women. And men have been so demonized in the mainstream media, which is so biased and so leftist and so anti-male, that if a man so much as goes near Right? If you're a man in a classroom, you can't even have a discussion with one of your students after class. You can't even talk about. You can't even say to them, look, this is something we need to address. I know you weren't here the other day. Let me help you catch up with your homework. Here's some resources for you to take home and get back to where you were, right? So us men are trying to help these girls in the class by teaching them, by trying to provide the education for them, by being fair and just, and then we're demonized. We're the ones that need to be afraid every time we close the door with a student inside. We've had enough. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. And due process is coming back. The wheels are in motion. Believe it, baby. This shit's coming up full circle. It's getting real. Socialist apology was only meant to be a short-term fix for the lack of men. Women instead married the state. Absolutely. You know, we always hear this talk. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video about wealth distribution. Okay, I'm going to do that when I get home. I'm going to jot that down. I'm going to make my video tomorrow about that. Actually, it's either going to be tomorrow or the next day, because I have something very, very, very important and extremely exciting for all you guys. I have had stand-up men reach out to me, and we're going to be doing some work together to bring up some very, very interesting red-pilling thought trains and deliver some serious truth bombs and some big, fat, juicy red pills straight into your subscription inbox, straight to your notification bar of your phone, so you can just tap on that shit and watch it and just bask in the glow of red. So yeah, how did you get Stand Up Men's channel shut down, Carly? How? I want to know, because I don't believe it could just happen with one person. What other comments have we got here? So yeah, all total coaching, absolutely. Stand Up Men got banned, but he is not silenced, and I will be, you know, his knowledge will just get redistributed through other channels. Just because it's not his voice and his name on the channel doesn't mean that there's not words of his being spat out as red pills. Michael, SydneyMGTOW handing out respect is like handing out participation trophy to all players. Michael, absolutely. Every single day I see everyone getting a fucking medal just for showing up. And even when they don't show up, they get a participation award because they were allocated as part of the team that showed up. This is why people have an sense of entitlement. This is why people think that things should be handed to them on a plate, because everything's been handed to them up until now. And then they get out into the real world, and the real world doesn't roll like that. What else we got here? Chase Luke. Fucking hell, man. Mars attacks. Men are under assault. Marriage and the following divorce magnifies how men are financially and emotionally raped. Yeah, absolutely. It's true. It's true. It's just the way it is. The law is structured that way, and that's what we're fighting against. A-Man67. Marriage is a game set up for men to lose, and when the game is set for you to lose, it's best not to play. And A-Man, you know, when feminists say that patriarchy made these rules, if they wanna call it that, you know, whatever the case may be, but men made the rules to protect women, right? And it was the white knights and the manginas and the men that didn't have the foresight to see the ramifications of their actions long term that caused this. What have we got here? Ban simping. Absolutely, mate. Your name, it sings to me. Ban simping. That is my motto. One of my mottos anyway. Clementine is evil. Well, she tries to be anyhow. Yeah, look, she is evil. She's a fucking real nasty piece of work, and I'll do a video on her another day. But that's not going to be today. But look, anyway, guys. Sociology has suppressed our natural biology. Our biology is what we are fighting to get back, right? With some rules around it that's fair for everybody, because I'm a big egalitarian. I believe in fairness, I believe in kindness, I believe in actual equality, not female supremacy, not on affirmative action just for the sake of getting women more women into a particular occupation because there's less of them in there, as a result of their choices of degree and their choices of career path. MGTOW rising, I don't care what women want. I don't want things to go back to where it's been. Fuck TradCon bullshit. Look, you're right, MGTOW rising. Some people will say MGTOW want to take MGTOW and MRA want people to go back to 1962. We don't want go back to the 1950s and 1960s because it's too expensive, right? Like we can't buy a house for $2,000, like a big house, and then raise a family in it, right? We don't have that luxury anymore. Shit's too expensive. So TradCon doesn't work in this day and age, right? You really need to either make a shit ton of money and then lay down some good dick to keep that woman so she doesn't go cheating on you, or you need to both work. But if you both work, then she's probably not going to respect you in the same way that she would if you provided for her and were the alpha male in the relationship. So like, you can't really win either way. And you know, let's just Mazatak, thank you SydneyMGTOW for your effort in teaching the future oppressed men of what is awaiting them in the end game of marriage. Look, you know what? There is nothing, absolutely nothing, for a man in marriage that you cannot get from a relationship. There's zero, nothing, zip, zilch, except a big expensive day that is prepared carefully for 12 months, sometimes longer, just for 24 hours of her enjoyment, and then a week or two of holidays for her, right? We men don't get married because we want bouquets of flowers and fucking doves flying and you know, vintage cars and see you in a long flowing dress. We'd rather see you in a tight red dress. Absolutely. Like, you know, yes, it's a symbol of commitment, but if I want to commit to a woman, I can commit to a woman without a wedding ceremony. I can commit to a woman without signing a piece of paper to go down to the registrar and lock myself into a financial and social contract. MGTOW rising, MGTOW till I die. I've banged so many women I don't care about it anymore. I've got crypto to trade and traveling to be done. And look, you know, I don't begrudge, you know, new men banging as many women as they want. I don't begrudge women banging as many men as they want. But look, women biologically are nurturers, right? If you give them, if you raise them with good traditional parents, right, which almost no kids are getting raised that way these days, right? So that's that game's over. But I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, theoretically, if you raise kids in a good, nurturing, caring environment, and you've got the mother and the father, and they both just have great chemistry and they work well together, the hand rubbing intensifies. So I didn't even realize I was doing that. The shekels have got to me. But you know, if you raise a kid in this environment, then they're gonna grow up to be nurturing. If you raise a son in a single mum household where the mother was never told no, then they're gonna lay the same values on their kids, and the men are never gonna get told no. And the same men that feminists hate, the same men that are weak, the betas, they were raised by weak parents. They were raised by blue pill beta parents, right? So they were raised by people like you that suppress men and force them into submission. That's who they were raised by. So don't come crying to us that the men that your sisters raised are the men that you despise. Mars attack. I worked for 25 years plus, took care of a wife and child, and the US family took it all. Fuck marriage. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. If we said to a woman, I want to get married to you, and I want you to be the provider, and in 25 years, I'm going to take our child, and I'm going to take the house that you provided and slaved for me, and I'm going to take a large portion of your weekly, fortnightly, or monthly income to maintain my lifestyle, even after I've taken your entire lifestyle that you worked your whole life for. As if women are going to get married. as if we flip the coin, they're gonna sign that piece of paper. They're gonna go, fuck that shit. That's serious. Like you're asking me to fucking oppress myself. And I'm not talking about like, oh, like I'm not talking about like college oppression. I'm talking about some real shit oppression where you have everything that you care about taken from you, as if you're gonna do that, but yet you ask us to do that. You pressure us into the ring so you can show it off to your friends. You know, you say, oh, you know, I don't feel like you care about me because you don't want to get married. You don't understand what awaits us when we put the ring on your finger, when we give you the home, when we give you the ring, when we give you the kids. Everything that we provide for you, we're essentially giving to you. And the family law courts see it that way, and they won't let us take it back. And we're not asking for it back, but we're asking to share that shit. You know, we're saying, look, if you want me to leave my home that I gave you everything, at least like let's split the funds a bit in my favor, and let's have 50-50 custody of the kids. I think it's only fair since I did all the work, right? And sure, you know, the mother might have stayed at home and looked after the kids, but I'll tell you right now, if you're gonna give me the choice between working my fucking ass off for 25 years, only to have my kids taken from me, only to have my home taken from me, only to have everything I ever worked taken from me, everything I worked for taken from me, and staying at home looking after the kids and having all that shit handed to me when I didn't even earn it to begin with, I'll tell you right now, I'm staying home with the kids. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna like a little fucking apron on, like my fucking duster, dusting down the windows and fucking fluffing the bed sheets. You better believe that shit. You better know that's what I'm gonna be doing. Because what's the alternative? You know? Ban simping, manor brothels in Sydney and Melbourne opening up, both legal and illegal, is astronomical. Absolutely. And it's a good point. I'm going to use that for my video about redistribution of wealth. It's going to be an interesting conversation. MGTOW farmer, think on this. If you want to sell vegetables in a community where women did it in the house, you needed the women out in the workforce. Now swap vegetables for everything, clothes or anything else. Yes, true. Ban simping, and those same blue-pilled men who were raised that way are the ones who constantly get false allegations made against them. Shake my head. Absolutely, because ban simping, as I said before, those same blue-pill men are the ones that women are not attracted to. They're the same men that were raised by single mothers. They're the same men that were raised by blue-pill dads. They were the same men that believed the shit that was fed to them. That believed that, you know, handing everything over to women was a good idea. Right? And then absolutely the ones that get allegations made against them, because the only way they get to get close to they can't get close to the women who don't believe in feminism, because those women are like, no, fuck that, I'm not attracted to you, you're a beta. Like, I only like alphas, as you know, as Carly said before. And guys, look, I know that, you know, I know that Carly's got some controversial shit to say, but that particular part of what she said is fundamentally true. And I can't argue that. I can't argue it convincingly or factually, right? I can argue it out of emotions, but I can't argue it out of any other angle. Because, yeah, and then when they get close to those women, because they've never had women coming to them, they've never had the option, right? They've always had to push to get women. They've never had women gravitate towards them as an alpha. Those men, you know, then have to fight for the women. They've got to beg, they've got to plead, and they end up getting fucked over because, you know, they do some simp bullshit, like try and hit on a woman or make her feel uncomfortable, and that's when the allegations come. Man, ban simping, I don't think they're false allegations, bro. I think these betas actually try and pull that shit on these women, man. Like, that's just how they are, you know. That's when the rape allegations start flying, when you get betas hanging around feminists for too long, because you've got women that believe that all men are out to get them, and you've got men that are out to get women by any means necessary. That's a recipe for a disaster and a shitstorm. Chase, Carly, try shame me, try again, wine's okay. Women are dangerous, steal men, money, and go with false allegations. Shame on women. Wine is good and nothing compared to evil women. Look, I know not all evil women are evil, But when they are enabled and when they are socialized to be, then absolutely they can be fucking vile, evil, manipulative, and dangerous. Darren, Mars attack feels free bros when I'm trying to red pill as many men as possible. MGTOW Farmer, empowered as being able to do things for yourself. The home's only gotten easier with modern tech. The whole premise that feminism is built on is false. Absolutely. You know, dishwashers, vacuum cleaners, you know, even you know, it's so easy to get a housemaid now. You can just pay someone to come and clean your house twice a week. Even my mum gets someone to come clean her house once every couple of weeks or once a month or whatever, and dad pays for it. Ban simping, and since the Aussie divorce courts are ripping up prenups, yeah, the Aussie divorce courts are ripping up prenups, and we're fighting back against this shit in the back of house, you know, behind the scenes. We are fighting back against this. MGTOW Farmer, it's about the princess complex today. Absolutely, because women are told over and over again, oh, you're so beautiful, babe, oh, you know, any man would be lucky to have you. Bullshit. That's a lie told to make you feel better about the fact that biology is fucking, like, the fact that biology is screwing you over from getting the man you want because you haven't put in the hard work to eat properly and exercise and be healthy and use common sense. Michael, the SydneyMGTOW is a mining engineer. I can tell you that diamonds are mined in abundance. The real value is far, 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 far less than the current inflated value. Absolutely, my friend. You know, and women are getting diamond after diamond when they're going through divorce after divorce. They rarely ever hand the ring back. You know, they hock it, they sell it. It's another, oh man, so many pieces of this are just like going to be good for my wealth distribution video. Hey Darren Jones, single and well off for the past 30 years, had the luck of rebuilding my life over again, minus any female involvement. It's all mine now. No fault divorce needs to go. Marriage vows mean nothing if there's an easy out. Same with things like church and confession and all your sins are erased. Look, I think no fault divorce, MGTOW Farmer, it's more dangerous to not have no fault divorce, because in the gynocratic society we live in, women can then say he cheated on me even if that wasn't the case, and then he gets fucked over even worse. So they'll actually use that to twist the laws another way. The divorce laws that need to change are women getting handed everything on a silver platter when they leave. The less they get when they leave, the less likely they will be to leave, and the more likely they will be, the more likely it is that they'll sensibly choose a partner before they get married. Marriage has no value for men, says MGTOW Rising, too risky, too dangerous. I agree. Bill Monk's new sub here. I'm Aussie, I hear you, MGTOW brother. Bill, hit me up, SydneyMGTOW@gmail.com with your contact details. Want to try and travel around Australia to meet my MGTOW brothers and spread the word later this year. Never trust so-called friends. Mars attack. Never call so-called friends. Trust so-called friends who would like nothing better than to see a relationship fail. While they pretend to you, men can also fuck you over too. Absolutely, that's men fucked me over when I separated from my wife. MGTOW Farmer, in a relationship, you will not love your partner every second of every day. You will sometimes hate them, but you need to be committed and build a life together. That does not happen with our... Yeah, look, I agree, but there's too much incentive for a woman to make up an allegation and walk out with current gynocratic laws. For women, we are an ATM to give them our money, our life, everything, and they give nothing in return, or a little bit of sex sometimes. Yeah, look, you know, women don't a lot of women are not taught the value of money from a very early age, because you know, their father or their mother buys things for them and they want to look after their princess, and I get why you want to do that, and I get that you want to help your daughter, but you're not helping them by not making them go out and work. You should have them thinking about how they can start a business, whether that be, you know, like, get your daughters out mowing lawns at the age of 9 years old. Like, they can do it. Lawnmowers are quite light and easy to push now. They can make money off that. Right? I was gonna say, you know, baking cookies and selling them, but, you know, they're not being accused of sexist and perpetuating some bullshit gender stereotype. Get them out mowing lawns. Get them out delivering newspapers. Get them out, you know, cooking food. Get them out, you know, picking up rubbish for people. Get them out sweeping. Get them out doing shit and making money from an early age, so they can appreciate what it takes to make money and how quickly that money can go. Because until men and women get their daughters and their sons out at a very early age making money and understanding what it is to be in business and how economy works, you will never have a society where men are not treated as ATMs. MGTOW Pharma, social structure and how the courts. Thank guys, 15 in the live stream. Thank you so much. Everyone, thumbs up, please. I want to try and get these likes. The more likes I get, the more this shows up in recommended channels, and the more people will hear this message. MGTOW Pharma, social structure and how the courts, beautiful, and political system enables women to bail at the smallest problem and screw what is being built. Yep. A man going through a divorce has almost no support. Women have most of the support. Very lonely situation. Sydney, random at the Greens party needs to be ousted. Send them to the Middle East. Man, the Greens, ban simping, the Greens are mental. They're fucked. Like, they got no idea. They're the most retarded leftists I've ever come across in my entire life. I don't understand how they're even allowed to step foot in Parliament House with the ridiculous bullshit that they spout. Guys, I could go on and I could go on. I've been going for an hour now. Thank you so much for staying in the live stream with me. Oh man, I've loved having this little rant, but you know, watch this bullshit for generations here in the US. Glad to see Australia, brothers. Yeah, Elstream, 100%, so true. MGTOW Farmer, I've witnessed my female cousin teaching her fit daughters to target older men who have wealth to screw them over. Her 3 daughters have done this. They did not try in school because they already had a plan. This is what I'm saying. Women are teaching and coaching and enabling their daughters to fuck people over. They're teaching them and enabling them to, what they're doing is actually enabling, they're teaching and coaching and enabling women to follow a path that is just going to create an even bigger backlash against women. You're only hurting women. Stop fucking yourselves over. You're retarded. Any woman who's watching this who has taught their kids any of this shit, stop we're gonna still put you men in your place and have ultimate control over you, our slave class. Please, you don't even understand what's coming, Carly. The only thing I agree with you on is that too many men these days are simps. Anyway, yep. Man, look, guys, thank you everyone so much for tuning into the live stream. I look forward to producing amazing content every single day for you guys. I dedicate my time because I want you to hear this message. I want you to hear all of this information, and you know, I want you to just soak in the red pills, you know, like just grab like a 1.25 liter bottle of water and just throw a bunch of red pills down your throat and just glug it down. Right, that's what it's all about. It's all about educating yourself and understanding what's going on in the world and how to make the world a better place, not only for yourself but for other people, and how to protect yourself. Anyway, men, look, right now sociology is winning over biology, but we need to fight up back against the gynocracy, against the political system. We need to actually, I continue to look forward to your whining and simping, men, please. Yeah, so look, the fight is on. Thank you, Mars Attack, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bill Monks. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next couple of years bring us, because the pendulum is, like, the pendulum has swung too far, but there's only so far it can swing before it starts to swing back. For every invest in pet food stocks, because there's gonna be so many cats and dogs for all the single women. Fucking oath, man. I'm gonna go buy some shares in Chum tonight. But yeah, look, the pendulum's swinging back, guys. It's still too far, but it's coming back towards the center, and I look forward to that happening. And you know, just keep relic pilling your friends. Please share this video on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter. Just get this all over social media. I want this shit trending. You know, MGTOW is freedom, and it will truly set you free from the expectations that the mainstream media and society have put on you. And it is the only way to fight back against rampant, unchecked extremist feminism. I have the penis. That's right, exactly, Mars Attack. I do have the fucking penis, and so do you men. Yeah, look, we're fighting back against it. It's a tough battle, and I'm probably going to eventually lose my job when my boss finds out about this, but I don't give a fuck, because helping you men and helping spread the truth is far more important to me than being gainfully employed. I would rather be sleeping in the fucking gutter and be true to my heart and tell the truth to you men than to be living in a mansion, well, not that I do right now, than to, you know, build up this huge wealth base so I can live in a mansion and then have it taken off me by the government anyway. Right, I know which one I choose, and I choose it out of integrity. Anyway, guys, anyone in Sydney or anywhere over Australia, please reach out to me with your contact details. Look forward to meeting my fellow MGTOWs, and I'll be back tomorrow with some explosive shit. Now that I've got so many of you in the live stream, my final thing I'm going to say, got some big news from Stand Up Men coming to tomorrow. As I said earlier in the stream, I have been in contact with him. I've been speaking to him this morning on the phone. I'm going to give him a call after this live stream, and we're going to chat some more. But some good things happening. Very exciting times. Very exciting times for us men and for society on the whole. Stand Up Men standing down. Oh no, look. YouTube might have taken him away, Carly. YouTube might have taken away his channel, but he is far from standing down. Believe that. Anyway, man, MGTOW is freedom. I love you, all of you. I'm here for you. If any of you need anything from me, SydneyMGTOW@gmail.com. Feel free to donate or pledge to my Patreon. Got some juicy little goods there for people who do pledge to my Patreon and, you know, help me out each month to help me towards my goal of becoming a full-time content creator and political activist for men. I'd really appreciate it. Peace for now. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Sayonara.